Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video and I am working on some stuff from Munich from my trip last summer. It is a 6x8 pocket page layout, but on the right hand side here I've got a full 6x8 background. I've already selected this paper because if you look closely it says Germany. So it says it on both sides, but this does not go with what I want. That's quite a bold design. I want the sort of gentle yellow background. So I picked that already because I have this brochure that I want to use, and it has both the orange that's in the roof and over here. It has that in there, plus it has that yellow. So that's a good match. And then I also have this ticket. So this was the ticket from the actual entry when we went in. I want to use those over here. At this time, I'm not sure if I actually want to adhere these somehow, because if I do that, you're not really going to be able to get it. You'd have to take the entire page out to be able to even look at the brochure, or I'd have to cut, a flap in it. Well, it's only 6x8. I don't really think that's worth it. So I'm guessing this I'm just going to drop in. This I'm not sure. This I could get away with actually adhering, because I doubt anybody's going to take that out and look at it really, but I'm not sure. So I have those, and that's all that's going to go on this side. Over here, I only have one photo really, because this was the outside and I just quickly took a shot as we were waiting to go in. So I have that. And then I know I want to use this card because it's got buildings. This is an old building, but Munich is an interesting mix of old and new because they were so heavily bombed during World War II. You could have a building like this, and then right next to it will be a modern building. So I figure it works, and I love the fact that the color goes. Look at that. I mean, I really couldn't ask for more. Here's the other side, so it doesn't work. Plus, I love the fact that it says, just go, which is what we were doing. However, as you can see, there's a hole here. So I have to find a card that's going to go, and my first inclination is yellow because I have yellow on the right side and I have nothing over here. So I'm going to go through my stash. I know I have some yellow ones that are travel themed, so I will see what I can find. So sadly, when I was looking through my cards, I did have some yellow ones, but I didn't like what they said or how the design looked. So that's not going to work. So I think I'm going to make my own. I found this in a different pile, so not travel themed, but I love the fact that it has a little bit of kind of a tile floor feel to it, almost with the diamonds or a harlequin thing. It reminds me of Old World Europe, and the color is slightly off from here, but not enough to really make a difference, I don't think. So I think I'm going to use that as a base to build my own, but then I have to bring the yellow in somehow because I don't want it like all orange over here and all yellow over here and they don't mix. So my next challenge is to figure out what the heck am I going to do with that card. So before I started working on what to do with the card, I decided that I would adhere the ticket here. And I did it kind of at a jaunty angle because I thought if this is just going to sit in here, then a little bit peeks out, and that's kind of fun. And for a hot minute there, I thought, well, you know what? Nobody's probably ever going to take this out. Maybe I should just cut off the front and it'll create less bulk. But then I thought, well, wait a minute. I want to be able to take it out and look at it and remember, the layout of where we were and the different areas are noted on here. It is all in German, but I remember what we saw, so I can figure it out from that. So I've decided I'm going to keep it. So, but I do think I am just going to drop it in there. So really, this is probably all that will get done on this right-hand side. So that's pretty easy. So when it's in there, it'll look like that. And then anybody who's looking at it can easily take out the little brochure and the map if they want to. However, that still leaves me with the left side here. I'm gonna move that over to figure out what to do with it. And I also am wondering, do I want something here? I do have some dead space, so I could do something. Actually, you know what? If I'm gonna make this card and then I have more space to work with over here, I wonder if I should move these. How does that look? I don't like it as well because this is a busy background and this is a busy background. So I'm going to switch that back. You know what? I'll see what I find for the card and then I'll figure out, maybe once it's made, I can move it and feel better about it. But right now I want to leave it where it is. I went through my stash and I have found two things that I think I can add to this card. I have this phrase that says Taste of Germany, and this is from a digital set. I think I found it on Etsy. Maybe it was the Lily Pad or the digital press site, but I think maybe it was from a seller on Etsy. But it was all stuff that's German themed. So I bought that and printed it out. So I have that, and it's the right color. It brings in some yellow, so that's good. And then I may use this one that says Let's Go Adventuring, because it's got a little bit of that kind of copper color, which works with this orangey tone. The only thing I noticed is that I think I would want to have this up against the right hand side of the card, and this one isn't made for that. It's made for the left. So either I'll have to cut it off and make my own kind of flag on the side here, or, well, maybe I could use it here. I don't know. There's a lot of extra room there, so I'd have to almost just do that. It's almost touching the other side of the card. Not sure how I feel about that, but I'll play around with it and I'll come up with something. So I did decide to cut off the ends and make my own flag here at the end, going the direction that I wanted it. So I had to do a little DIY, but that's okay. So I think I want this down here and this like that, like right above each other. And then I feel like I still need something up here, but I think that's going to be tough because this is a very busy background. But for now, I'll start with these and I'll see how I feel once that's done. So in looking at this, I haven't figured out yet what to do up here, but I think I'm going to do some stamping. I'm going to stamp in the middle of this photo. Because these sit like this, I don't want it over here, but I think if I do it in the middle or slightly just to the side of this spire here, that I can get away with it, and then it ties in a little bit of that black that's here as well. And then I was thinking maybe I'll do something up here. I've just got this kind of dead space. I thought I was done with that one, but I could stamp and then I would have 3 black pieces on there of something. So I'd have the label and then 2 stamps. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with this set. Which one was I going to use? I just was looking at it. Now I don't remember. There was one I thought that said now is the right time. Is it on here? No. I just looked at it though. I must have grabbed the wrong one. But maybe I'll find something on here that can go in this corner. All right, I figured out what I did. These two were stored back to back in my holder that I used to store my stamps. So I did see this one. I wasn't imagining it. It says now is the right time. So I'm going to do that right here, because it's just a nice, long, thin, narrow phrase here that will go right there. And then can I find something over here that would work? Maybe detour. We're off to discover. We're off to wander. A lot of these are outdoorsy themed. Oh, maybe just this one. Discover. Oh, should I do field notes? Because I've got a brochure in there. I might do that one. That might be fun. All right, I've done the stamping. And for this one, I should note that it was new. I hadn't used that particular one. I've used others in the set, but not that one. So I did practice with both stamps just to make sure I was good to go. And I actually seasoned the field notes one first with the eraser from a pencil to make sure, and it's a good thing I did because this was my first pass, so I obviously didn't get that top line very well, so I went over it again with the eraser, and then the next time much better. All right, so you can see here it is on there. So didn't even intend to use that stamp set, but it worked out. And then here's the stamping on this one where it says now is the right time. So those are done. I'm looking at this left-hand page and I think I'm going to just kind of take a cop out. I know that I have some, they almost look like wood grain. They're a dark brown, they're geotags, and they're very, very thin chipboard. I think I'm going to cop out and just put one of those right here because I do have some brown tones and I don't know what else to do with that. I don't want anything super distracting, so I think I'm just going to pick one of those. So here is the geotag that I picked, a very thin chipboard as you can see. I've already got some glue on the back, so I am just going to place it here. about in the middle. It does not have to be perfect. There, that's pretty good. Oh, it's almost right in the middle of that white. Scooch it over a little bit. There we go. Now it's right in the middle of that white diamond there with a nice point meeting in the middle. Perfect. All right, so that will dry in a minute or two. And then I'm going to guess that this one is probably done. Let's see here. Let's see them when they're together. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I need to do anything more with this one. So awesome. Another one done for Munich. Thanks for watching, everyone.